Right, okay, so, basically, I got in the car with my mom, right? And then I was at our other house. I was at one of our houses, and then we couldn't get the... Oh, wait, no, this is a different story. Basically, basically my mom and dad's car, or my mom's car was at, their repair shop to get state inspection. And, basically, we had to take my dad's car instead, my dad's other car, and because of this, we couldn't figure out how to turn on the car. And we just kept putting the key inside, and it wouldn't turn on. And then, eventually, I called him, and then he just told us to use the other key, because sometimes one of the keys just doesn't work. Which was honestly kind of concerning, so then we turned it with the other key, and it started working, you know?
No, I don't know.
Oh, thank you for being so concerned about me. But, the school got some new printers, and, I found out the printers are worth anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 each.
How do I get a few of those for free?
You can't.
So I can sell them.
You can't.
You could rob the
why
school.
can't I?
If you rob the school, then the school's gonna owe the company like $12,000 because they're renting the printers.
What? Renting them?
They're renting printers.
And they're gonna charge students to use them.
Yeah.
Look at my HD car.
That doesn't look too HD.
Oh,
That's so good, bro. Like, Mikey, isn't that
But,
so HD?
Oh yeah, so basically I was changing some fish water, and I went to go scoop up some fish water with a little bottle, and I dropped the bottle in, and then we went to go grab the bottle with a spatula, and then the spatula fell in, and then we had to essentially dump out half the water so we could get the spatula back out. So then there goes my fish water. But
Why are you drinking fish water?
Oh yeah, I did drink some fish water once.
what?
So basically, whenever you go change out fish water, you have to use like this weird siphon thing if you have a bigger tank. And
Did you?
I actually bought a siphon that doesn't have a pump on the end. Yeah, so I sucked it with my mouth, and
Oh, Matthew.
and some of it got into my mouth, and then it didn't even start siphoning afterwards. So I just gave up, and I spit the water out on the floor because I didn't have anything else to do, and my mom yelled at me because I did that because apparently I was supposed to spit inside the cup that was a meter away.
You know what a meter is?
Longer than a yard.
He's correct.
And then, a couple days ago, I had my locker unlocked, and Lyra decided to open it and go through my stuff.
You're not supposed to say names.
Oh, excuse me. A sixth grader decided to go and open up my
You have to edit that out
locker
now.
and go through my stuff. I'm not going to edit that out. She decided to go through my
You're
stuff.
going against your own policy.
And then this other student,
That was her policy.
this other student, basically, she kept going inside my locker, and she went to go grab my rubber fetus from whenever we had that...
Rubber feet.
My rubber fetus from whenever we had that weird talking to. So...
Yeah. The one that we did.
She
Fanny pack?
Yeah, the one where Jonah got his fanny
No,
pack.
Julia got one.
She got it, then she gave it to us, and then I gave Quinn the fanny pack in stage for the water bottle.
Didn't she get
Sounds about right.
No, I got Tony showed with this one.
Give me.
I got the hat.
Check it.
But basically,
Oh, we got it.
she went through my locker. She saw my rubber fetus, and then she grabbed my rubber fetus, and then she said, "Can I keep it?" And then I grabbed it out of her hands and said, "No, you cannot keep the fetus." And then she kept asking me for a baby. It was really weird. She said, "Can I please have the baby?"
Make it what?
She kept asking me, "I want the baby." So Mrs. Schindler just kept constantly
That's
hearing.
another name.
No. I've already said her name too many times. Mrs. Schindler just saw us constantly running by, and Mr. Hall heard us, and here, let me go over it. It sounded something like, "Give me a baby," and I was like, "No, I do not consent to having a baby," and then. And then she kept saying, "Give me the baby," and I kept trying to replace the word with rubber fetus, but I'm pretty sure neither of them sounded right, because it sounded like she wanted me to.
Like my car?
I'll let you put that together.
Yeah.
This is why
Sure.
Mr. Webster didn't want to do it.
Oh yeah, Mr. Webster banned us from recording inside of his room
Why
now.
do you keep saying names?
Well, all the teachers have been exposed. She literally commented on one of our episodes on her school account.
So?
Exactly.
Okay.
Basically, there's this graveyard outside, and whenever we go to do our laps outside, we have to run over top of the graves. Yeah, for the mile, we have to go over top of the graves. So, I mean, shortcut. We have to get really close to them. It's kind of concerning because
Look, I drew
how many?
a ground with my thingy. See? It's naked.
I finished.
What, Jonah? That goes against our policy inside harassment.
Same with
Crayon
you,
is
Matt.
naked.
Matthew, you were the person who was saying things.
Well, I'm finished.
Ma'am, but that doesn't go against our
Same,
harassment
bro, like,
Yes,
policy.
it
same
does.
color.
Go ahead and add color if you want pencils.
It literally does.
Well, I mean, since there isn't a kid features inside, since she isn't below. Well,
Can you talk?
since she's not inside the actual episode,
Oh, yeah,
It's
Bro,
fine.
I finished my car.
Muffler thing.
Dylan,
I'm
isn't
so
my car
confused.
beautiful? At that?
okay.
Look how beautiful
how
my
nice
car
my
is
car
so far.
is.
Look how
I
beautiful
am
that is.
definitely punch drunk from staying up
Yeah.
at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Decent for
on
you.
Friday
Beautiful
night.
car.
Can't
Decent
stand
for
Okay,
you.
I need to add in a pop of color.
Oh yeah, beautiful car.
I was looking at this, not that.
But
Beautiful.
This
basically, one day during a school assembly, the lights inside of the assembly room just randomly went out, and it was definitely like a weird power outage. So I think the school's actually overloading some of their circuits.
Mine's better.
So yeah, and their new printers have the largest power supplies I think I've ever seen, because they literally had to mount the power supply to the
Mine
wall,
is better. Mine.
and that's only their lower end printer.
That car is gonna.
And basically, yes.
Why do you keep saying this?
Exactly.
Because what am I supposed to talk about? I had 5
Don't
things
say
written
something
down.
else then, so basically.
I was not ready for this episode, okay? I was supposed to have a topic line ready.
No. That's
Oh, you're
not
so
fun.
helpful.
I know.
Okay, I think this car is starting to look pretty good. Look at
Let me
it.
see.
We need to go do
Let me
ASMR.
see.
Dang. That's something.
It's
That looks
special.
like a banana.
It's definitely not a car.
It looks like half of a banana.
Maybe it's a smart car.
ASMR.
It just
Oh, Dylan's ASMR sessions?
Wait, Dylan does an ASMR session?
Yes, Jonah.
You just now noticed?
That's hurting my ears. I don't think that's very tasty.
You're not tasty.
I'm
How do you know?
concerned.
Mine's red.
Yes, Dylan.
I enjoy it.
Are we doing clay next class? Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And that's Dylan ASMR.
Yes. Please,
Oh gosh, Quinn, what are you begging for?
clay.
Oh, you're begging for the clay?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather not.
What?
Clay is
What,
good.
Nicholas?
Fine.
So
Mine's probably like the best car.
So there's like this weird dollhouse in here that has a bunch of dots on it. So yeah. But-
No,
what?
legs up.
Objection.
Oh, whoa. What?
Objection.
Dylan, what does that mean?
I can see it from this far.
Okay, but.
Anyways, so we're gonna go. We're gonna do a staff member trip to a certain area inside of the area that we're at.
And then, they said I can't bring tennis.
Did you just say the C word? Oh, okay.
I can
Basically, we're gonna go on a staff trip.
Exactly.
Crap. No, Mikey, shut up. Basically, we're gonna go to a staff trip, and we're gonna get a bunch of stories, and maybe Nicholas's parents will say that I'm interesting again, so that'll be fun.
What?
Yeah. So.
They
yeah.
said he was very unique.
Yeah. Last time that we went on a
You're
field
very
trip,
special, Matthew.
yeah, they said he's a very unique child. So.
You are.
Yeah, and his dad tries to relate to me randomly, and it's like, okay.
You like my pink collar?
we don't get that.
So, yeah, so bye.